What's up guys, Benny here and welcome to the top 5 meta loadouts for Warzone Season 6. If you are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for the very last season before Black Ops 6 arrives next month. But the weapon changes have not been too drastic. As we hop into our first loadout, you'll notice that the two meta guns from Season 5 are still on top. The STG has received a nerf to its damage range, but it still keeps its damage profile, other than a small nerf to the multiplier to the lower torso. But if you're looking at the build that you're going to want to be running for this, you've got the Quartermaster suppressor for the muzzle. You've then got the C70 long barrel, the 50 round drum, and then the Jack glassless optic, and then the DR79 combo stock. As always, you can go ahead and change the optic to whatever you like. Jack glassless is just one of the best all-rounders for close range, mid-range, whether you're playing Rebirth Island or the big map. It's what everyone pretty much rocks. Then with that, we've got the static HV, which is still the dominant SMG this season. You've got the Quartermaster suppressor, the light barrel, the paracord grip, the NIDA model 2023 optic, and then the FSS Guardian stock. As I said, you can go ahead and swap that out for the Jack glassless if you like to. And then smoke grenades, thermites, sleight of hand, mountaineer, quick fix, and high alert are my perks of choice. You can of course go for whatever you would prefer. Next, let's hop into our second loadout, and we've got the MCW, which has actually also received a buff this season to its damage range. You've got the Quartermaster suppressor for the muzzle. You've then got the Chimera Black Iron heavy short barrel. You've then got the Jack underbarrel for that increased movement and sprint speed and vertical recoil. Also, you know, get those nice easy melees in to finish people off. It makes everyone scream, especially on Rebirth when people are trying to get away and you just stab them in the back. 40 round mag, and then the Jack Raven kit for your conversion. Then with that, the best sniper still is the Kar98k, still a little bit harder to use than when it first landed, but if you're accurate enough, and maybe if you're using mouse and keyboard, this is what you want to be rocking. You've got the Sonic Suppressor L, the Prazingersver, I can never say it, 7.62 long barrel, the high grain rounds, the Recon Sling, and then the SPX 80 6.6 optic, and then the same tacticals, lethals, and perks. Our next loadout, and don't you worry, we've got that brand new LMG coming for you a little bit later on in the video. We've also got the FJX Horus. Now, I've said this a lot. I think this is such an underrated SMG, especially if you're on the lower skill level, because it's got a high rate of fire, great hip fire, and a really fast time to kill if you're able to land those shots. It's very forgiving for most players, and I think everyone kind of leans toward the static, which is a slower rate of fire SMG. And, you know, if you're hitting all your shots, you get those fast time to kills, but it's not necessarily as consistent. This is a lot more consistent. Quartermaster suppressor, paracord grip, Martyr's heavy barrel, Jack glassless optic, and then the 48 round mag. And also, I'm looking forward to unlocking that new Constellation's End prestige camo, because I've got Mercury, got to get that new camo this season. We've then got the TAQ Eradicator, one of the best LMGs, after the RAL received a heavy nerf to all the multipliers for that single shot build that you might have seen going around. We've got the Quartermaster suppressor, the Conquer 70 long barrel, Bruin heavy support grip, the FSS combat grip for the rear grip, and then the TAQ Vert core stock. Something to also remember, for a few of these builds, if you want to go ahead and use a thermal sight, if you use the FSS Spectrum Microtherm, go ahead and use the Atomic Disintegrator from the Fallout bundle, and it is so broken to spot enemy players inside of smoke. I still don't actually know how they let it get into the game. Our next loadout is then the BAL-27. This, of course, from Advanced Warfare, got a few buffs last season and is now one of the best assault rifles in the game. Really high rate of fire, increases its rate of fire as you're holding down that trigger. So as you get deeper into a fight, you become more and more powerful. You've got the Quartermaster suppressor, the Crown H3 barrel, the high velocity rounds, the 60 round mag, and then the Sandbar heavy stock. We've then got the WSP-9, slower rate of fire SMG, and yes, it kind of has that big margin for error, and I know a lot of people prefer the static, but I really enjoy using this. You've got the Quartermaster muzzle, the Hiss short light barrel, the paracord grip, the 50 round mag, and then I've got that FSS Spectrum Microtherm. You can of course go put the Jack glassless on it if you don't want the thermal, but a really underrated SMG. I still think it reminds me a lot of the Milano from the original Warzone, and it's just a fun gun to use. Then, if we move on to our fifth loadout, we have a very broken gun in the Reclaimer. But first, we've got the SVA, a harder to use assault rifle, but if you put it into single burst and take advantage of that hyper burst that you get with the SVA, and you hit those headshots, you've got an incredibly fast time to kill. Quartermaster Suppressor, surprise, surprise, it's like the new Monolithic. The STV Precision Barrel, Jack Glassless Optics, 60 round mag, and then the high grain rounds. And then if you go and use the Reclaimer shotgun in TAQ stance, you will two-tap everyone. This is one of the most frustrating guns to run into on Rebirth Island. If you've not already used it and you want to get as many high kill games as possible, use this. X10 full choke muzzle, the Discourager 900 heavy barrel, the Jack Slash underbarrel, no stock, and the Kimura laser sight, which is the first one in the build. Genuinely one of the best guns in the entire game, smokes and thermites. And now it's time for the brand new LMG that you're going to be getting your hands on in Season 6. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Kastov LSW, but that is not the best gun out of the 2 new additions with Season 6. That is the DTIR 30, which I'll get onto in a second. It has no recoil whatsoever. But let's have a look at the Kastov LSW. If you're wondering what it's like, it's a very high fire rate LMG with a 100-round mag. So this is going to be great for holding down lanes, suppressive fire, picking up large amount of kills as people transition from point A to point B. But the build that I've gone for it is the Quartermaster Suppressor. You've then got the Elevator D20 long barrel for that damage range, bullet velocity, firing, aiming stability. The Bruin Heavy support because you want to be able to control that gun kick as much as possible because you're firing so many bullets. And if we go ahead and look at the stats for this weapon, you're doing 33 damage for a headshot, 29 to the upper, 28 to the lower and then upper legs as well. But you want to be able to take down that gun kick control because it's firing 800 rounds per minute. So you can be as accurate as possible. So the Bruin Heavy support grip, the Quartermaster Suppressor, Elevator D20 long barrel, Jack Glassless Optic, and then that Spetsnaz S15 stock is going to allow you to do that and kind of put you in this position where you can kind of just spray and take down your opponents. Obviously not doing as much damage as some of the other weapons, but honestly, if you don't have the best aim in the world, it's going to be hard for you to miss with this thing because you're just putting down so many rounds at a time. But the gun that you also get in the Battle Pass this season is the DTIR 30. Now, I'm just going to show you this thing because, honestly, I fired it in the firing range for the first time against 3-plate opponents. So, the most amount of damage, health someone's going to have in the game. And, as you can see, 40-round mag. There is practically no recoil on this gun whatsoever. Like, look, okay, here's the controller. Like, it is so accurate. Like, I'm actually slightly blown away. It's like, all right, there you go. Fully plated opponents, by the way. Like, yeah, you don't have the best movement speed with this, but you move into position with an LMG, pull this out, hold a window down, and it will compete against the STG quite comfortably. But those are the 2 brand new guns added with Season 6 that you can get in the Battle Pass. Both of them, you can go ahead and pair them with the static or the striker, any of those SMGs. Let me know what you think down in the comments, but subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you next time for more Call of Duty Warzone. Black Ops 6 is so close. See you next time.